with Hal Gill, your host, and I'm heading down to the Anthem today to catch Patti Smith on William Blake's birthday, of all things. And hopefully had a good night's rest and is all set for us post sound check as I'm heading out the door to go down to the Anthem and check out the scene. Got a seat for the show. I expect it's largely seated. It's the 50th anniversary of Horses. It's an event. Fortunate to be able to also be checking out her book tour on December 19th. So one thing leads to another. Red of Angels is out. And that should be worth the price of admission. I can't cross there. We should be able to cross here momentarily and head down Connecticut Avenue. Christmas trees lit in front of the Georgian mansion. It is for sale. Pretty wrapped up because it's cold out today. Colder than it's been in a while. It's beginning to feel like winter, but we're not quite there yet. Comes on December 20th or 21st or something like that. Right before Christmas. Fasting show is just a little primary documentation of the world as it's happening. You know, we had some real tragedy happen in Washington, D.C. the day before Thanksgiving. And yesterday, one of the guardsmen who was shot, young lady, 20 years old, succumbed to her wounds. First-degree murder charges brought against her assailant. And the other young man who was shot, 24, I understand, struggles for his life in the hospital. I hope he's coming through. Okay, we don't know. Offhand, I don't. But I do know that we should stop shooting each other, please, and live in harmony and peace. All my peace, love, and happiness was on my mind this morning. Did a photograph from the window of Daily Provisions as I was sitting there writing that morning article. Later in the day, about 10 o'clock, Origin from out in Oklahoma came on and we talked about her fairAIeconomy.com. That's all one string, fairAIeconomy.com. And that was nice. Put down a lot of information. Some digressions from me, but you know, I'm always likely to want to illustrate a point, tell a little story, sing a little song, do a little dance. It's like a Thai chef. Folks in there having their dinner. A little early for dinner just yet, I think. It's a 6:04. It's supposed to be an hour and 4-minute walk down to the Anthem. But I don't know that I'm going to go all the way by walking because it's kind of cold. I think I'd like to go down and get on the metro. I think what I'll do is take it to Metro Center and then on switching trains there to Smithsonian, pop off and just walk down 12th Street. Be a lot shorter, be a lot quicker. And I may need the extra time, depending, because they usually make us line up out on Main Avenue if you're seated. They may let it be in the front door. I don't know. We'll see. I count here, but I don't have traffic oncoming, so I'm going to cross. I think I can make it. Cross our street. See some folks at Seta, Osteria. They haven't bothered turning on their lamps because I guess they figure people aren't going to want to eat outside, even with heat lamps. These temperatures, it's only in the probably high 30s. Yeah, it certainly feels that way. Could be dipping down to freezing. Switch hands. Continue filming. Looks like we've got Lee from Huntsville, Alabama. Is that right? Joined. Good to have you. As usual, not a lot of folks tuning into the passing show at the moment. That's fine. It's an evening, 6 o'clock. It's about dinner time for most people who are sensible, as opposed to me, who's going down to catch Patti Smith at the anthem. And I'm really kind of excited about that. I really wasn't that into Patti Smith back in the day, but now I am, particularly because of her writing and seeing what a generous artist she tends to be, as most artists are, very generous with their time, energy, and attention, putting themselves on the line. And in her case, very much so, with the idea of people have the power that she co-wrote with her husband, Fred Sonic Smith. It's really an anthem that I hope we all will embrace as we go on, because for now, people do have the power to redeem the work of fools. And who isn't a fool? I like to think I'm nobody's fool, but that's not true. My guru is. My guru is very much nobody's fool. My guru being Wavy Gravy, who I do try to spread the gravy pretty thick on cyberspace as much as I'm able, because Hugh Romney's life has been one heck of a gift to our society. And everything he's enabled through just being a clown. Yeah, they call it an intuitive clown, as he calls himself. A clown is a philosopher who is also an orangutan. That's one of his quotations from someone else, but one I could relate to. So I could have one escalator down. It's just spent an inordinate amount of time working on these escalators, and one of them just shut down. Maybe to conserve energy, I don't know. Just lost my balance. That's in memories and dreams, reflections, returning, resuming. I thread my way through the hospitals, the hurt and the wounded I pass by with soothing hand. I sit by the restless all the dark night. Some are so young, some suffer so much. I recall the experience, sweet and sad, Walt Whitman, 1865. Reading that over and over again, ever since they inscribed it. Have people on their way down, be on our way down, some on their way up. It's always interesting to watch the passing show. Humanity making their way, just like me, just like this train. Anybody else we got here? Lee, we got you. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. I don't know what you're thanking me for, but I thank you for being. Got a couple more coming up off the metro. A few folks playing. These folks are streaming, and I don't know where their streams are going. Or maybe just photographing. Who knows? I don't know. See them down here in the metro. So get close to the bottom. You get to the bottom, I get back to the top of the slide. But I'm not going back to the top, not right away. First, down into the depths. Once more to the breach. 6:10 p.m. No. House is 8:50. That should get me to and from my destination, but the train is leaving the station without me. One train down. Train. I can see. Sound of the escalator. Let's leave. Train arriving. Oh, a shady road. It's all the way to the end of the line. Red line. And then the train to Glenmont. You should have thought the end of the block. It's okay. It's not what you want to see. This is Glenmont 1 minute. Service advisory. Or longer. Single tracking delays continue. Virginia earlier train with a door problem at Stadium Armory. Okay, let's start on this train. Just this train here is not moving. I was not seeing white. With a single tracking the red line. Sitting here. You'll be good. There's a train up there. What's wrong with this train? He's got to stop there because this train's got to move out of the station. That's good. We're in good shape. Now we are. Thanks. No idea why that one's stalled there. Watching its progress out of the station. And hoping for the best. So I'm going to cut the passing show here pretty soon. Remember, every cent you spent is a vote for the kind of world we are co-creating. Be the change you want to see in the world. And remember, if not us, who? Not now, when? Have to be on top of our game of those. That's all I got. Thanks for joining. Well, getting on right about here, I guess. Seems like as good a place as any. And onward. And